suggestions. Hi. Making suggestions is helpful to other people, especially if they're said in a positive way. If you are yelling at each other or at someone, oftentimes they will be closed up and protective of themselves. And so we are like this too, right? You think about it. Somebody's yelling and screaming, you kind of like, what? So we consider this to be common sense, to have an understanding of this. But that doesn't mean that's always the way we proceed, right? Maybe we try to intervene to try to calm someone down. The reactions are as infinite in number as are we. Oh, you do your best. Try to be understanding and humble. Have compassion and empathy, and do the best you can, depending on these unique circumstances that one is in. Flowing consciousness is what we have going to this, a sense of our foundation. Returning to recognize the process of respiration, of our breathing. I recommend long and slow and healthy and bountiful, kind inhalations. Long and purposeful, deep and strong. This is what I believe to be a good idea. Maybe you try it and see if it works for you. If it does, then it's a lesson learned. If it doesn't, it's also a lesson learned. But from what science tells us and what you may know from your experiences, as there's a semblance of truth to this. So we can use this as a tool, not something to reject, something to embrace, one's breath. Sometimes people are nervous about their breathing, and nervous maybe is a little over the top, although there are circumstances, of course, where it's not. I think it's a lack of familiarity with one's breathing process. Your breath is your life in literally every way that you can imagine. It is the means of securing the energy of creation from the air, known as oxygen, into your body and then into your bloodstream to feed your cells. Is to make a goal of acquiring your breathing process as one of your closest friends. You spend time practicing, becoming, lengthening, playing, being curious about, also being apprehensive. Sometimes these things happen. Being one with your breath, being with your breath, and learning together, long and purposefully. This is what I mean when I say that. It's a big explanation that's not said, but can be visualized. And this is what we're talking about, that you have a sense. If you have a sense of what it's like for your body to be in its constant state of vibration, because you've been there and you've done that, and you've done enough times that you are comfortable in this awareness and kind and forgiving and understanding and full of compassion and empathy for yourself as well, and as much as for anyone else. It's a moment's awareness away. It is a thought away. It is a transition. It is a change in direction. It is now, and it is in a continuing flowing moment of time and space, allowing oneself to put your hands, one on the steering wheel and the other on the rudder of your journey through life, nurturing yourself with meditation practices, with mindfulness practices, is such a goal, such a beautiful thing. So finding a comfortable posture is part of all this. This means being calm and peaceful, feeling at ease, allowing, and being sensitive to greater openness and degrees of feeling, of being sensitive and receptive. It may be in a posture. If it's hurtful, obviously it's too much. Remembering that whatever goals you may have, better to take little steps than trying to do everything at once. Learn to juggle first with one ball before you move on to more things. It is the same way. When energy coalesces, do you think there was like heavy-duty elements made at first? No, the most simple. And changing everything, every way, every moment, energy oscillating in you, in every millimeter of your being, in every fiber, in every thought. Energy is the foundation. Your DNA, everything is made of primordial energy, folded, twisted, what have you, in inconceivable ways. And this is what we have. It's amazing. Be here now as a witness, not as a judge or jury, just to observe and see what you have, and to consider on your own, because that's the answer. Your consideration, your effort, your practice. And remember that there is nothing as important as remembering whom you are. It is the most important thing we can do, to remember the glory, to have a picture in your mind recalling the journey of evolution through time. And as you gaze and shimmer, as your heart pulses, your chest heaves and falls, remember the miracle of life that you are. This is the goal of mindfulness meditation, remembering whom you are. Namaste. I seen all good people. Oh.